All right, looks like we're recording, and we're just going to go through these quick. This is more of a camera test as much as anything else. Keep this thing from giving in. I'm going to go through fast. Here we go. These are the horizontal groups of figure drawings with a little bit of acrylic transparent paint thrown on. We're looking at 2 3-minute drawings here, 2 to 3 minute drawings. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. That's number 1. 2. Whoa, what is that shadow coming from? Golly, I think it's this here post. It sure is. Well, we'll have to make note of that. So we got a little shadow. This one is done with the dissolvable pencil. More of the, again, 2 separate drawings. And this is a single drawing. This is my patented approach with the dissolvable crayon in blue, and I've got the dissolvable pencil thrown with a little, yeah, we're really getting a lot of streaking. I don't know how, unless we go up here. Hey, 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 getting smart. Okay, it's a little better. Shadow kind of down by the knee. Okay, next. This is at Richard Mouchon's class. These are quick 5-minute liquid acrylic on very flimsy paper. And this is back to the dissolvable Crayola. And I don't know if you can make out. So it's torso on the right, kind of a knee coming at you on the left. Here is a dissolvable pencil. Pretty much, yeah, it's all dissolvable pencil. Up in here, I'm gonna have to get a pointer because I'm standing on a ladder. Insurance is paid up, got Medicare, good deal. Yeah, so yeah, I hit that. Actually, this was dissolvable pencil, but I also had the a little bowl of India ink, diluted India ink. Can you see all the way to the top? No, this thing keeps sagging all the way to the top there. There we go. Next, I think we're still recording. I'll try and go faster. And sometimes I like these that are just on a half. I intended on doing 2 drawings, but this one, I just kind of filled the page. We can zoom in a little bit. Let's try the zoom in function. Up there on her head, face. And I hit the blue with a little bit of yellow, just to get the kind of reflected light. Next, here we go, straight ahead paper, the dissolvable pencil, and we're really missing out on the head. It's there. Okay, next. And the next one, this is the bigger ink brush. Brush on a leash. In other words, it's taped. Brush is taped to probably a 1.5 foot long stick, and it's a pretty rapid painting. This one was 3 minutes. Quite sure it's 3, and we're on the what are we on? Vellum, Bristol vellum, kind of that vellum surface. And this is a heavier ink with India ink. This might even be acrylic. actually, yeah, that is acrylic, black acrylic. Same kind of technique here. Her left leg, our right, a little deformed, but that's okay. Not bad for 3 minutes. On vellum, another supine figure. This is black acrylic on vellum. Yes, that is vellum. I throw water on it. If you look down here towards the bottom, you can see that kind of texture from throwing water on there. Kind of this dissolved. Part of that is that water pools on the vellum. Bag it out. A little bit of a background there. Next, another supine position. This is done completely with dissolvable pencil. And the beauty of dissolvable, actually, yeah, I wanted to show a little here around the knee that it really gets, you can get a really fat, almost too fat a line if you're not careful, or that dissolves. Next, similar, I like this one. So I think in a 5-minute period, I think I did two of these. This could have been a 15-minute, and I got several done. This one I really liked. Let's zoom all the way out. And that is dissolvable pencil again. If I zoom in, like on the hand, down the leg, kind of crisscrossing at the knee here. I hope this is not creaking as I move this tripod. Probably is. Sorry about that, folks. I did like the work, the way the face, just the abstracted face and hair. I was happy with how that turned out. Next, and this was actually this was a 5-minute warm up. And again, just shadow areas. Pretty flimsy paper. This is one where Richard Marchand, the instructor, artist extraordinaire, told me to not darken these backgrounds. So this was dark where I'm pointing originally, but I gessoed over with white gesso. Kind of makes for, in the camera it looks pretty cool. It looks like under a bridge or something. I like how the right arm is coming out at you. Next, and this is on heavier, I don't even know what the heck. Yeah, that's the Bristol, I think it's 110 pounds. Okay, similar approach here. I gessoed over that upper left half quarter. I've tried lately to minimize the colors. I love it at the focus point. Trying to get colors that jive nicely together on Bob Burridge's color wheel, and just use diluted India ink or just the dissolvable pencil in the bottom half of the picture. I'm trying to think of the artist, and that way you really kind of led up to the focus up in this picture at the upper right. And this was kind of an experiment getting shading, very rapid. Similar here, this is like that earlier one, same position, and I think I just tried to do a fast diluted acrylic paint on a square-tipped, stiff bristled 1.5 foot long brush. Brush tip was like what you see there, probably 1/2 inch wide. Next, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like that. The little shadow on the lower right. makes this jump out towards you. That is pleasing. And the increased density of thickness of line at the knee, right there, and the shadow. I try and make my stuff anatomically correct. I mean, you will see teres major and teres minor on a person's scapula in a back view. We probably have some coming up. The one on the right there, that one that's kind of my warm-up before class even starts. The area over here, several different directions, line directions of pencil. When you get that big square pretty well penciled in, I take a piece of paper and rub it until it's pretty smooth. Then I take the lines you see are drawn directly on that pencil coated area. And then I take an eraser, erase out the highlights. So wherever you see white there, those are erased out. Zoom in, maybe you can see. And less detail on this one because I was actually demonstrating for somebody. So you can see that scapula, and her left scapula, the farther one away, actually the highest one on that page, the area of the ribs where it's here, where that's erased out. That really worked nicely with that shadow. And all right, zoom back out. The knee coming out at you with a little shadow. The drawing on the left is done with the dissolvable Crayola again. There. I'm watching the color guide on this camera go crazy. Alrighty, what's going on here? Oh, that's part of a pad. Oh my goodness. So there's a couple of drawings there. Couple drawings there. Folds in that paper. And those are warm-up drawings earlier this year at Florence Hill's classes. The upper right is again dissolvable Crayola. No, this is actually I've got little pots of watered down transparent acrylic, but I'm really trying to lower half of the pages. I'm really trying to gray out. Next one. More warm-ups. I really like, boy, this drawing here on the left. That worked out nice. I like that. At least as I look at it through the camera, it stands out. Whereas the upper right detail gets a little bit washed out. But I can split this page up. More warm-ups. These are no more than 5 minutes a piece. 5 for the drawing on the right, 5 for the drawing on the left, and this is got the one on the left actually has dissolvable yellow over dissolvable pencil. We got acrylic paint, orange and kind of a reddish, kind of an orange red over that dissolvable blue. The one on the right is pretty much the purely dissolvable pencil. Okay, next. And that is the model kind of laying backwards, arching her back. See the detail of that ankle. Her head is kind of going out of view. You can see the scapula the serratus muscles kind of suggested there. Okay, yeah, I work pretty fast and it gets pretty sloppy, and I don't care. And that's a quick one. I only finished the one side. And I have one model. I love her hair, and I've kind of, when in doubt, I kind of apply it to every painting, because in the past I've drawn heads very small for fun. There's a pinned it's kind of 90 degrees from how this is more like one of my older drawings with a smaller head and an exaggerated lower body, all dissolvable pencil or dissolvable Crayola. And we're getting kind of a yellow color here. Huh. Weird. And this thing's falling off. The mount here is coming apart. Hang with me, folks. Parachutes are in the upper cabinets. Okay, here we go. And oh, I like that. This comes over the camera. Very nice. This drawing on the left. I have been accused, and she's actually looking up off to her left. And that's another of those sitting in a chair. I like that one on the lower right. Very lightly, very delicate. The thing that I'm getting better at is actually being able to, pardon me, hang with me here, folks, adjusting as we go. So this one on the left, another one of those where I put down an area of pencil, multiple layers, probably take that pencil, go up, straight up, down, then horizontal, then diagonally both directions, take a piece of paper or paper towel and rub it into a square. So that area was what was penciled in, and then erased out, highlights, erased out, and then this was hit with a bristle. Oh, you can't even see, I'm sorry. See if I can let this thing stand alone here. So the square, that's all done with the pencil. The highlights are erased out, and it looks like it was actually might have had a gap, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, no, that's just erased out. Then you take the I'll show you. I'll grab the dang brush. Where are you? I got a million of you guys. Come here. Where are you? Crap. Huh. Well, I'll show you on upcoming ones. Anyway, zoom out. Next. So that, I think the page was just before I redid this one. And again, you can see, hold up there, machine. You're bending on me. Yeah, so that's erased out, that's erased out, erased out. That is dissolvable pencil. This was all that layered pencil going in, and then kind of spread to an even grain with a paper towel just to smooth it out. But yeah, I like that. There's our light. Let's see how we can do here. Trying to tilt this light. Okay. Next. Ugh. Kind of a side view, and then woman on the left is kind of, that's her left leg, buttocks, scapula, teres major minor, spine. Oh, I love the horizontal one here. And I did a dissolvable pen Crayola on the right in blue. Those were probably 5-minute drawings a piece. No more than 10 each. A little more perspective with a fist coming at you there. 2 here. Going for contrast on the right. Left doesn't show up real well. Zoom in. My back is going. But again, I'll do a volumes movie where, you know, you look at the torso. I really follow Michael Mentler, Loomis, all guys who really have that foundation of volume. Zoom out. Next, a couple quickies. Male model on the left. That's a warm-up again with the penciled in grain ground. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a ground that you make with pencil. And then we got the dissolvable pencil on the right. I like the foreshortening. Her heel did not fit in, but I was pleased with a 2-minute drawing. And on this one, this is a few more features on the model's face here. And so squinting and just getting those shadow shapes. And I have a fairly set technique that works out pretty accurately for that foreshortening. Like, it really works nicely as these legs come off the bottom of the paper. Maybe not so much on the right here. Try and use those paints that complement each other. Next. Oh, I love how that one on the right, that right half of the page, I love how that showed up. Again, you can kind of see that left deltoid, the curve, the volume of the left breast over the ribs, the spine in the middle, scapula. Same on the right side, I think, works a little better. Trapezius, kind of suggested, it's a little abstract. Lower body, and then falling off the page. These should be showing up wider than they are. Male model here. Okay. And couple quick warm-ups. And that is male model on the left. He's looking to his right. Left shoulder coming at you. Torso. See abdominal muscles. Very lean. This guy's a construction worker. Kind of a face on the left. And what is going on there on the right? Okay, so that's a vertical drawing on the right. It's an elbow, tricep. You can see how that is kind of a squared out tricep. Shadow where over the acetabulum, that's the hip, big word for the hip. And kind of loses a little definition. The shadowing, the kind of diamond, vertical diamond shape. It's actually a face on the right. It's actually a face. So kind of 3 pictures in one. Next. Oh yeah, and we got a little peregrine. I loved drawing birds as a kid. I always wanted to be a falconer as a kid. And this is another one of those warm-ups where you do the pencil ground there. Couple more warm-ups. This is kind of new this year where I'm trying to keep the color to the upper half of the page. And very abstracted face, but you can make out the elbow, upper arms, that the outline of a rib cage, like that. Oh, I like this. Both of those, very, very nice. It worked out very nice. 3 minutes apiece. There's a vertical. And I think that's the end of this pad. Yes, it is. All right, what do I got underneath here? Let's get this out of here. Okay, back to the... all right, now we're back on the... stay on there, baby. Alrighty. Okay, why is this thing tipping over? Alright, so that is dissolvable pencil on Bristol board. Dissolvable pencil on Bristol board. Again, Richard Mershon is getting on me to do some without a background. Okay, you're going to see several in a row here that are very similar. Kind of a warm-up session. Same there, little warm-up session. Okay. And this gets a little lost. I like the stormy horizon, but it's a little, yeah, it got a little busy. So that's just a dissolvable acrylic. And I am pretty colorblind, but I follow my Bob Burridge color wheel, so I get the colors relatively close. So probably for me to see them well, there's an unfinished one, there's a couple in one. Yeah, so I have to have pretty intense colors to see them well. Oh, I like this one. I like that, those shadow areas, the curved shadow, like on that left leg. Our right, her left. Those curved shadows really suggest suggest volume. Kind of same here. And so you're pretty much seeing probably 85% of I'm holding very few pictures back. The really bad ones. I'll show you the really bad ones one of these times. But there's a dude. Rapid one, very rapid. This is with charcoal that I was hitting with, smearing it to get lighter shadows. Yeah, this one got overworked, but that's okay. Simple, I like, yeah, that's a jaw going off to the right, off to your right and up off the page. I do not try and make drawings fit. Let me restate that. I will start on, let's say my rule is to start what is closest to me as I stand there and look at the model. If what is closest is that shoulder, I will start at that shoulder. And if the scale that's coming down, like a lot of these, you'll see a short humerus, a short upper arm. Why is that? Because I'm trying to make the whole thing fit. But then as I get going and I try and make like the forearms coming off the page at the bottom, right down here, I'm going like, oops, this thing's, to make this thing look correct, I got to make it bigger. That body's going to get a lot bigger. So, but I like the way the shadows were. Again, this is with a ground of pencil that's smoothed out with just the old the roll-up towels, kitchen sink paper towels, and then I erase out. You can see the erase marks. I erase out those highlights. Stedman, it's a Stedman or Steadfast eraser, works really good. And this is on pretty cheap flimsy paper. This one, I just wanted some, I put down the color first. There was no drawing on this. I just put down that tornado looking orange and then hit it with the dissolvable pencil, very light paper. And then this was male model over at Minnetonka, and this is all done with charcoal. The one on the left, yeah, I kind of abandoned it, didn't like it. The one on the right, I discovered, yeah, if you hit that charcoal, that kind of smudged out charcoal with a wet brush, it doesn't smear anymore, but it takes the density away. It takes the contrast. It takes that strong black line out. But then I even hit it with a colored acrylic, transparent acrylic, and let's see if we can get you can kind of see the grain in there, the brush marks. I try to not get too detailed in the hands or the face, otherwise you just yeah, you get lost, you get in your thinking brain, you overthink it. And is that the last one? That's the last one. Okay, we're gonna stop it there. Ta-da! I'll see you all next time. Bye.